So back to the defense, you brought up how horrific it is, and you go to any metric in terms of overall defense, yards per play, they all look bad.
Yep.
So Todd Grantham, of course, was a whipping boy for a long time. Patrick Toney, what is he saying about his defense in regards to their efforts to get this thing right?
Mark, we don't get to hear from assistant coaches there. For Billy Napier, it's all him. He controls the narrative. He controls the message. And you can kind of tell he's probably tired of talking about it by now. Florida had the bye week, of course. So, of course, that kind of ramps up a lot of repeat questions on one side of the ball where they're struggling. He says, look, it's been the bye week. We concentrated on us last week. We've got to identify the issues there. And he says, that's what they've been able to do. And here's the thing, Mark, Florida could possibly figure out some things on defense, but at the same time, you're playing a really good Georgia team. Hey, you might figure some things out on defense, but if Georgia goes out there and has a good game, it may not look like it anyway. You may have to wait till you play Texas A&M, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Florida State coming up to see whatever maybe they have figured out this bye week to really tell. But if you see improvement, but you still got a game to play versus Georgia this week. You hope you have figured some things out. Maybe it's a simplification, but part of it is Florida's just got to win up front. And that's been the issues, probably more than anything, why they have struggled in third and long. They've been giving up so many third downs the last couple of games versus Missouri, versus LSU. Not just third downs. It's been third and longs. I mean, teams are converting 3rd and 18, 3rd and 19, 3rd and 22 on this Gator defense. But it starts with getting just no pressure. The quarterbacks are sitting back there all day to throw. And then just a lot of miscommunication, a lot of confusion on the back end. So I think those things that you can at least control, the confusion, getting everybody on the same page. I mean, those are issues we've seen from this Gator defense the last couple of years. And this kind of supposed to maybe be a little easier in this defense, but they are learning at the same time. So I do think, we'll have to kind of see what they have identified as the issues. Billy Napier says it's not really one thing you can really point to. One play, it might be effort. One play, it might be confusion. The next play, it might be a bad call by the coach. It's never a consistent issue with what you see from this defense. So maybe some kind of youth movement going along as well. I mean, it's been a lot of veterans, and it's specifically on the back end, with Trey Dean, and just kind of liability there at the safety position at times. And like I said, up front, Florida not winning enough of those battles up front. So, Mark, it's not really one thing you can point to figure out what are the issues on defense. But, hey, that's why they get paid the big bucks. That's why there was a bye week this past week. Maybe you can identify something to where, look, Mark, they're not going to magically turn around and be this great defense from here on out. But most Florida fans would take just a bad defense right now because they are terrible. It is, as you said, every metric you look at right now, it is ranked in the hundreds pretty much, and it is a historically bad defense right now. I know a lot of people are looking for reasons why. It is a transition, and I think we talked about this on Gators Breakdown a lot is, if you're a defensive coordinator and it's your first year, how much do you change? Do you want your players to learn inside your system and you just take the lumps along the way and let them learn your defense, or do you change it wholesale in the middle of the season? And okay, well, they're not really learning your defense now. They're just playing a version of itself. So you had to maybe balance how much your win's worth. I mean, wins are always worth a lot, but in the long run, in the big picture, are you giving up learning opportunities by changing so much just to go get a victory? So checks and balances. You weigh different things there, Mark. So a lot of ways to look at it. A lot of questions here when you look at this Gator defense.